wings, right?
Her last name's Belk. Hey.
Oh, is it Belk? I thought it was
It's literally on the screen every time she's on the screen. So you set up an entire joke based on.
Oh, it's okay.
I think it's still funny, but.
It sounds like Belle. I get that a lot.
This is one of the disadvantages of being blind. I've never seen your show. I don't know what's on your screen. I only listen to you guys, so.
Well, we're glad you listened, and the Bell thing is, like I said, still funny, but what it means is that we need to do a better job of enunciating for people who are not sighted.
They all know it's Belk, so no one will make that mistake again.
I'm sure they will. What's going on, Tommy?
How are you, son?
So, hey, I have a question for both of you, actually.
Mm-hmm.
You were both theists at one point. You both believed in God, the Christian God. Yes. And then you, in your search for God, you couldn't find sufficient evidence to support your belief, and therefore, by default, had to move to atheism, because you're still waiting for evidence. And I'm wondering, as I had the same experience, and thank you, Ken Ham, for doing that for me, because the more he spoke, the more I became unconvinced. If you're still in that search mode, I shouldn't say search mode, or that hope mode, and I can only speak from my own experience, so let me start there, and hopefully that will frame the question a little more. For myself, I am 99.9999% certain there is no God, as has been described in any of the religious texts that I have been exposed to, such as the Bible and the Quran and the Book of Mormon and Meshishka Poe and so on.
Cool. That's probably more confident than I
am. Okay, so there's my point. So there's that percentage of non-confidence, right? Because you can't be 100% of anything, really. So would you say that you're still open to evidence? If the evidence appeared, you would say, okay, this is definite evidence. Are you still driven by, poorly formulated question here, are you still driven by that small percentage of possible? It's possible. Even though I just can't see how it's possible, it could still be possible, because I can't, my limitations cannot define reality. Let's put it that way. Just because I can't see how something can be doesn't mean it cannot be. It just means I cannot see it.
Is your question, do we still hope to find a God?
Not so much hope, but do you still consider yourself searching in your atheism?
Yes.
We literally do a call-in show almost every week, asking for people to present what they believe and why. I fail to see what more I could do to demonstrate that I'm still open to having evidence presented.
It doesn't necessarily need to be evidence of a search. That could just be evidence of having a show and provide service to other people who are searching.
So
that might not need to speak directly to your belief.
Do you know how you get on this show?
How I got on the show?
Do you know how a person gets on a show such as the Atheist Experience?
As a host or as a
yes, as a front-facing host.
As a host. No, I don't know your host process.
Neither do I. But the fact is that if I was no longer sincere in my questions, if I was not honest, I don't believe that I would still have a place on this show.
Nobody. Because the type of person who's not open to that, someone who says, I'm 100% convinced that no God exists. You guys are all wrong. My reason for doing this is to expose that you're wrong. Basically, if God is ultimately unfalsifiable, then anyone who claims to have falsified the unfalsifiable is as ridiculous, if no more so, than the people who claim to found a God. At least those people just have brought into bad evidence or fallacies, so far as we can tell. But if you claim you falsified the unfalsifiable, you are wholly irrational. Do I think it's likely that I'm going to get good evidence for a God? No. Do I hope that I do? No, because I kind of hope there's not a God, based on what I've heard about various gods and things like that. But if someone had good evidence, that's what skepticism is, which is why the people on this show don't say, "Oh, well, we just proved God." Nobody's ever said anything like that. Every week, it's call and tell us, and you have legitimate conversations with the people who can, and we go on to the bigger issue.
Been a lot of conversations with people who have called to say that there is in fact no God, and that's been disputed as well.
Yes, you cannot falsify such a position.
Right, but my point is that the position that we're taking, which is a skeptic position about it.
Yeah.
I think you get what I'm saying.
Okay. Right. So it would seem like, if I understand you correctly, I'm just recap to make sure I get this correctly. You're both still open to the idea of a God, and that your atheism is not an endpoint. It is a step in your journey.
That's crazy.
Yes.
And not only that, but over the years I've argued that atheism, in the sense of not being convinced that God exists, is the default position, because the burden of proof is on those who are claiming a God. This wasn't it's not like I started off as a Christian and graduated to atheism. I started off as an atheist just like everybody else, in the loosest sense, not in how it's used in activism and stuff. But I started off not being convinced that God exists. Someone convinced me that God exists, and then later I found out I was convinced for bad reasons, so I could not continue. It's not like I chose atheism. It's not like I said, well, I'm done with that God thing now. At some point I was convinced. Now I'm no longer convinced.
No.
I'm open to being convinced again if somebody has evidence in our...
You've thrown your wool down on the floor, so to speak, and you're saying, God, either make it wet or dry.
Well, I haven't... all right, so how can we help?
You're looking at...
What's the question I'm trying to get to?
Well, that was it. I was just looking to see if your atheism was part of your... Well, I'm confirming for myself through conversation with you. If your atheism is extension of your journey of looking for God, and if it wasn't just a termination point, so to speak, that...
Can I ask why that matters?
This entrepreneur brand logo was done by a top freelancer on Fiverr. Is simply wow. Those stylized brand guidelines that your designers can easily follow, also,
Amazing.
Now this guy's website with its lavish content, although it took 4 revision rounds to get the results he imagined, is nothing less than a work of freelance brilliance. Then, this designer's new fashion line became the hottest thing on okay, I'll say much. On many fashion blogs, thanks to Fiverr.com freelancers who managed and tracked her Instagram feed. And last, but under no circumstances least, this go-getter had her amazing all-new e-commerce site built. And while words cannot describe it, numbers can.
Because I see myself the same. I see myself in that venue, that I believed in God, and the more I looked for evidence, because I wanted to believe something real. I didn't want to believe a fantasy. So I was asking and searching, reveal yourself, make yourself known, and it just wouldn't happen. The more I searched, the more I realized it just wasn't going to happen. And I said to myself, and I said to the God that I was departing from, that, hey, you are not making yourself known. There's nothing I can do to affect this. That's evident to me. You have to find me, and if you can't find me, then you just exist.
So that's the fallacy.
So I gotta.
Well,
It's,
yes.
it's, it's fallacious for you. It's fallacious for you to conclude that God doesn't exist just because God didn't answer your prayer.
Right, so that's what I was going to single out, was that you said that you're not going to believe it. Well, no, I'm commenting on something that you had already said, which adds on to Matt's point. It's okay. It's all right. Just stop talking. It's okay. Basically, you said that you're not going to be convinced, or you're not going to find it. And that kind of brings me to, just to give you an example, I got a tattoo of a cross because that's the one thing about me that was never going to change. And now I've learned my lesson from that, because I don't know what's going to change about me at all. I don't know. I can't say.
And I'm genuinely baffled at how someone could be a listener to the show and be asking the question that you're asking. Hey, are you guys still open to having evidence presented? Like, I don't know how anybody could be a regular listener to the show, or have listened many times to hear us talk about skepticism, burden of proof, nature of evidence, all of these things, and then be like, oh, are you guys still open to having evidence presented for God? That's literally what we do here every week.
Well, I binge listened to probably 100 of your shows over the last month. You guys about a month ago. And I binge listened to you, and I listened to, about 100 shows at this point.
Is there anything else that we can answer for you?
No. Other than I just want to clarify, when I said you don't exist, there's more to that thought. It's either you don't exist or you're being a dick.
Sure, but okay. As I've said many times before, if there is a God, either that God doesn't want me to know it exists, or if it does, it doesn't want me to know it exists yet, or it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
But
okay, so that's the same position I have. Express it as
all of this seems strange. I don't know. I'm not going to keep going over how strange it is. Hopefully, we answered your question. I'm going to move on to some other calls.
No, that's fine. Okay.
Happy for you.
I get it, though.
I'll also try to stop just default assuming that anybody that I talk to is necessarily cited, which was an oversight. Aha, on my part.
Visible is wireless that gets better with friends. Pay as low as $25 a month. Or bring a friend and you both get a month for $5. How's that sound? Visible. Unlimited data as low as $25 a month. Or bring a friend and you both get a month for $5.
Going around right now of Ibram Kendi. He's sort of the Mac Daddy of anti-racism, this new ideology that's very influenced by critical race theory and other radical leftist movements from the 20th century. So Kendi was speaking at a church. I put that in quotes, so I'm not sure the exact nature of this church. Doesn't sound very Christian to me. Explained the religious underpinnings of his ideology.
Liberation theology. In other words, Jesus was a revolutionary. And the job of the Christian is to revolutionize society. That the job of the Christian is to liberate society from the powers on earth that are oppressing humanity. Everybody understand that? So that's liberation theology in a nutshell. Savior theology is a different type of theology. The job of the Christian is to go out and save these individuals who are behaviorally deficient. In other words, we're to bring them into the church, these individuals who are doing all of these evil, sinful things, and heal them and save them. And then once we've saved them, we've done our jobs. And to me, anti-racists fundamentally reject savior theology.
This is a very telling clip. This is a very important clip for understanding the anti-racist movement. So from the beginning, you can tell that Ibram Kendi, though he seems to be talking about Christianity, is not. You can tell this from the very first sentence, when Ibram Kendi says, Jesus was a revolutionary. As a general rule, if someone is referring to Jesus exclusively in the past tense, there's a very good chance you're not dealing with a Christian, because Christians believe that Christ was crucified, he died, and rose again from the dead, and lives. My Redeemer lives. This is something we say very often. This is central to our understanding of the world. If you do not, I mean, Christ himself says this, before Abraham was, I am, that he is the being himself, right? I am that I am is what God says his name is when he's speaking to Moses. So from the very beginning, we can see Ibram Kendi, whatever he's talking about, it's not really Christianity, but this difference between liberation and savior theology, in his words. This is the difference between Christianity and this radical sort of leftism. I've got some pretty valuable stuff in my home. I'm not talking about furniture or I don't know, jewelry, or I actually don't have a lot of valuable stuff with regard to that. I do have valuable wife and baby, okay, and I want to make sure that they are safe. I love Ring Alarm. I love it. If I am in my home, if I am in the office, if I am on a beach on the other side of the world, if I'm on the road, I do have to travel a fair bit for work, I can be totally safe and secure that my wife and my cute little baby will know who is outside the door before they open that door. And anyone actually can keep an eye on any inch of their house, inside, outside, with Ring Alarm. It's super easy. You can control it from your phone, protect your home anytime, from anywhere, with Ring Alarm. So simple to install. Even I can do it. I'm not the handiest guy in the world, okay? It'll just give you peace of mind, and the price is extraordinarily low. Go to ring.com/Knowles for a special offer on a Ring Alarm security kit today. Build a system that is right for your home. Have it up and running in minutes. Ring.com/Knowles. That is ring.com/Knowles. Ibram Kendi, who is presently the head honcho of anti-racism, the capo di tutti capi of race hustlers. Ibram Kendi has this viral video that was going around of him speaking in some sort of church or some sort of building and congregation that referred to itself as a church about liberation theology. And he says, liberation theology holds that the purpose of Christianity and of the Christian in the world is to liberate everybody from the bonds of oppression and tradition and whatever else. He says this contrasts with savior theology, which holds that the role of the Christian in the world is to go evangelize and spread the gospel and bring people into the body of Christ. So what Ibram Kendi is derisively referring to as saved theology is also just known as Christianity. That Christianity, which is the point, is to spread the good news, just as the apostles did, just as the disciples of Jesus did, go out and spread the good news of the gospel, bring people into the body of Christ, and save them. Ibram Kendi says this is very bad. We cannot go out and save people. If you go out there and you say people are doing bad things and they need to stop doing bad things, start doing good things, and accept Jesus and come into the church, that's very bad. That's oppressive. That reeks of white supremacy or whatever. So we can't have any of that. Instead, we need to liberate people. And the key here is this word, liberation. Because to my mind as a Catholic, as a Christian, in the Buddhist sense, the two are the same thing. The two are the same thing. When you come to faith, when you accept Jesus, when you accept theological, religious truth, you are freed. You are freed from the bonds of sin. And what does it mean to be freed of the bonds of sin? Well, you see it in the Gospels. Jesus says the man who sins is a slave to sin. Take the religious stuff away for a moment. Just focus in this very practical, tangible way. We all know that when we sin, when we pick up bad habits, we become slaves to those sins. We call this addiction. When you do too many drugs, all of a sudden you can't control whether or not you do the drugs. Your lower will runs away with you. Your appetite runs away with you. You can't do it. And this is true even with food. If you overeat, you can't put down that cupcake. You can't say no. You don't have self-control. The point of liberal education, which we mentioned on this show a lot, is to make sense of your freedom, tamp down those base appetites, cultivate the higher rational will, which mediates between the appetite and the divine will. Okay, that's the 2-second summary of what we mean by this. What Ibram Kendi believes is that true liberation is being able to do whatever you want. I think it even goes further. True liberation is the freedom to commit vice and sin and to pursue your appetites. And that is slavery. That is Christianity without Christ. That is Christianity without God. Because you can do it all yourself. As long as we, the liberators, come in and we free you from the bonds of tradition, as long as the anti-racists go in and free you from the bonds of whatever repressive social structures there are, then you can be free to do whatever you want, and you don't need God, and you don't need Christ, and you don't need grace, and you don't need religion. It is a God without wrath, leading a people without sin into a kingdom without judgment through the ministration of Christ without a cross, so that you can do you and do whatever you want. It's the opposite of Christianity, but it adopts the language of Christianity. And it's important to know where this ideology comes from, because it's pervading all the military now, the schools, our workplaces. But it comes down to that same old problem that we've been talking about. The problem, what do we mean by liberty? Is liberty just the ability to do whatever you want, or is it the right to do what you ought to do? I'm so glad you liked that clip. Stop what you're doing, ring the bell, subscribe. That way you'll get notifications for the whole episode of this podcast. Also, if you want to avoid the big tech censorship that has been pretty crazy lately, head on over to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, wherever you get your podcasts. Subscribe to The Michael Knowles Show. That is TheMichael, KNWLESSHOW. Click subscribe. Leave a 5-star review. Appreciate it. See you next time.
They were promised they could invest in a secure retirement with a penalty. Now, liberals want to tax your retirement to pay for their spending. They call it progress, but it's theft, pure and simple.
We made this a lot on this show because it's true that the entire purpose of the Democratic Party's immigration policy is to change the population of the United States in a way that guarantees they win every election going forward. This is effectively electorate packing. It's an assault on democracy. It devalues your vote. It's happening right in front of us, and we said so out loud. And every time we do say it out loud, the usual liars and dummies who imagine themselves to be the gatekeepers of our national conversation throw a fit. They become apoplectic. They call us the usual names. Woo-hoo. And then after a few days, this is the most interesting part, they inevitably go back to bragging in public about how they're using immigration policy to change the population of the United States in a way that guarantees they win every election going forward. It's unbelievable. And then expect us not to notice. Jennifer Rubin is a columnist at the Washington Post. Rubin is probably the dumbest person ever to have a newspaper column. She's also highly aggressive. So she does this a lot. She's got no self-awareness. And she did just the other day pray.
This is Dave. He tells jokes for a living. Driving down these country roads is a lot like a meditation. He's deep in thought, back in the trance. 5 specials in as many years. How do you close a body of work that profound? I couldn't imagine the enormity of the pressure. And then he looks as if he's about to say something. What could he possibly have left to say?
Will you shut the fuck up, fucking Freeman?
Sorry. I was just...
It's all right.
Carry on, Dave.
Can help you quickly and confidently, so you never have to slow down at work. Stay on top of.
Yo, Exile, what up, yo? I can't complain, bro. You know how it go. My nigga, my nigga. Hey, expect the best, but be prepared for the worst, man.
21 news gang, drug dealers in the news gang, at the top of the food chain, jumping the cocaine, no gang, should've we known that, we the mental gang, okay, we know man. Yeah, young John, yeah, big bone, mother brand man, make you bitch big chrome, nigga, thought I put head, bloody, got my rig numb, nigga, rather get sleep, nigga, tryna make some, oh, what the boy, I still coke, boy, nigga, broke, yeah, drop the school, this a pro, boy, everybody the same, all these niggas sounding like big fox, back, I ain't turning to a sounding like, boy, I'm a mobster, should've been my cross up, the big gun, dun, 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 hang around the shop, bad nigga, yeah, I ain't with the killer, that other H, yeah, I ain't around real tough, AKSKHK, project, you a fuck boy, we ain't with the course play, Trump ass nigga, did you do your chores today? Do you wanna take a ride with the coroner today? Automatic, automatic, in the trunk, should be maggots, bomb, automatic, put a paddock on my arm, this nigga with the drum, drop from the heaven straight in the wild, drop in the front top, gotta slide, my suicides to keep the shit alive, y'all be at the public houses, don't you come outside, scratch trying to learn the jet, fuck me up, I don't want to cut the traffic, still a pop the beat, I need the pallet, see the credit, I swear I see this looking back, your face, just look at it.
What up?
I'm living for my niggas that do right. Automatic, automatic, in the trunk, shoot the maggots, pump, automatic, put a paddock on my arm, this nigga with the drum, doing news gang, drug dealers, in the news gang, at the top of the food chain, okay, should've we known that, we been known that, okay, we know that.
Honestly, I might have to redo that one section. I don't like that. How it looks Let's see if we can do that a different way. I actually thought I can be like lazy with him, like, I can just, swipe the fan brush and make the lines. Like, nah, that don't look good. It didn't look terrible, but it doesn't look as good as I know it can, so. Definitely, bro. That's what's up. My guy, you know you can call me whenever, bro. Hit me up whenever, homie. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. All right. Oh my God, this is gonna take forever. Blessings on blessings on blessings on blessings on blessings on blessings like bless. Blessings on blessings on blessings on blessings and bless. Blessings on blessings on blessings on blessings and bless. Blessings on blessings on blessings on blessings and bless. Y'all ain't want to smoke. Yo, P. What up? Oh, wait a minute. I gotta read these comments. What's going on back here, guys? Yo, wait a minute. Oh, that's so good. Yo, that's so good. I gotta stop hating because this motherfucker has really said some good shit this morning. Yo, don't block him, D1. Not yet, D1. So this motherfucker said, Italians don't paint smoking utensils, you slow African. Italians don't paint smoking materials. There are several Renaissance paintings with people using tobacco products, pipes. One of the famous Italian painters, I can't think of his name right now, but he painted a lot of Egyptians and Moors in northern Africa sitting around indulging in pipe smoking sessions. What were they smoking in those pipes? We don't know. But we do know that marijuana was around in northern Africa back then. So, yeah, Italians do paint smoking utensils. You dumb fuck. You stupid, retarded, artist, historian ass motherfucker don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So please stop it. Please stop it, bro. You have no idea what you're talking about. Italians do definitely paint smoking utensils, you slow European. You're so fucking slow, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You never seen the pictures of the black Moors smoking their pipes? That was done by Italian. Damn, I cannot think of this motherfucker's name, yo. Yeah, smoking is a tradition that goes back thousands of years. Almost every culture smokes. Almost every culture has had some type of plant that they smoke. And art imitates life, and artists put this in their artwork. So please don't be so fucking ignorant and say that there's no Italian artist who ever painted smoking utensils. You have no idea what the fuck you're talking about, bro. You just want to say some shit. That's all. You see my beautiful, magnificent art. You know that you are a slow, talentless slob. You have nothing to contribute to the story of the human race, and so you sit here and try to troll for no reason and putting out statements that have no validity and no facts to them whatsoever. That makes you dumb. No, the video didn't freeze or anything. I just wanted you to like soak all of that up real quick because you're dumb. Fucking stupid. You slow African. Nobody paints smoking utensils. That's a fucking lie. You've never seen good art. You've never been to a really decent museum. Have you? Even fucking Rembrandt painted himself with his little smoke pouch and his pipe beside him. Because most artists smoke anyway. Stupid, ignorant, ignorant ass motherfucker. motherfucker said a failed painter. But it's all good. That's what my homeboy put you in timeout. Talking so much shit, don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. All you have to do is Google Italian paintings of people smoking. These guys sitting around having some beers, smoking. These are the paintings I'm most familiar with. This is damn what this artist's name is. I'll find this dude's name. But he painted a lot of Northern Africa and a bunch of Moors. And you know what? These motherfuckers like to smoke. And so they have smoking pipes and smoking utensils and smoking pouches and hookahs and all kind of shit. More people smoking, even little kids smoking, women smoking, more Italian artists depicting people using smoking utensils to smoke, like pipes and matches. So, oh my God, bro, like, I don't know how you can even say that. You don't know art. You don't know. And I get it. It's not your fault that you're dumb. And you just hating on me. You just want to hate on me because I'm a magnificent black artist. It's just like, fuck. How is this black guy so good at what he does? It pisses me off. I'm going to call him a failed artist. I'm going to critique his art and ask him who would even buy such a thing. No Italian artist would paint smoking utensils, you slow African. But I actually get the idea from the masters of the Renaissance. Because although people love to depict individuals in the action of smoking, no one has ever made a still life out of any of these smoking utensils. And so, me trying to be original, go figure. You know, someone trying to do something that no one else has done before, which is very hard because, you know, we've been around for a long time and we've already done everything. We've already had almost every idea imaginable. So, me still trying to be an original artist and come up with some type of imagery that I have never seen before. So have I seen paintings of people smoking? Yes. Have I seen pictures or paintings of pipes and tobacco and all this? Yes. But have I ever seen a still life arranged with these common objects? I have not. Most still lifes you see are like books and flowers and vases and fruit and teapots, and people can arrange a lot of different interesting objects to create a still life. But me personally, and I've seen a lot of art because I love art. I love going to museums and galleries, and most of the individuals and groups and pages that I follow on social media are art related stuff. So I've seen a lot of art, a lot of art. I've never seen anything really similar to this. The composition that I'm doing right now, as far as a still life, I've never seen anything quite like this, which means it's somewhat original. Now, if I'm slow for doing that, I don't know what to tell you, because I'm almost sure that you have never had an original idea in your life. But you want to criticize me for my original idea, my original concept for a composition to an age-old style of painting. People have been painting still lifes for thousands of years. But have they ever done one like this before? I don't think so. I really don't think so. So my bad for trying to be different. My bad for seeing the paint in a different way. My bad for trying to step outside the box and not imitate and emulate and copy everybody else. My bad. I apologize for trying to be unique. For trying to express myself in a manner that no one else has before. You know? But you fuckers to be alright, bro. You be alright. This motherfucker said Italians wouldn't paint that. Whoa. I had to stop. I was in a good little stride just now, too. You know what I'm saying? I was swinging this brush, bruh. Swinging this brush. This nigga made me stop. Wait a minute. I have to reply to this. This guy knows not. You're speaking as if you're informed, but the simple fact of your statement tells me you're not informed. You're saying something that's totally untrue with such like vigor and certainty of yourself. Don't do that all the time, bro. If you're not absolutely sure. You know, because I've been driving a car for years. I've driven a car for a long time. I've been driving since I was really like 12. So I know how to drive pretty well. But I won't go to some fucking NASCAR race and go up to some professional NASCAR driver and be like, you know what, bro? If you shift down, go around the circle, like, man, get the fuck out of here. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know. And so yeah, you may like art, you may think you know art, but don't go to like the guy who is making the art, like in front of you, literally in front of you making the art, and be like, yo, you know what, bro? That shit's corny. And then insult them. Wow. The gumption. The gall. The sheer audacity. of this motherfucker. Ah! You seen that? You see that, guys? Fuck. I had to erase that real quick. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what to say about some people, yo. I really don't know what to say about some people. Cause they not help for some of y'all. You know what I'm saying? You just can't help some of these motherfuckers, bro. Ain't no help. All right. Actually just got my breakfast brought up here, so I'm just trying to put the like the mesh, the screen. Yo, that's so hard to paint, yo. I'm trying to do something with it. I don't know. We'll see how it turns out.
personal writing assistant for clear emails, confident messages, stronger essays, and more. Because sometimes the kitchen table is the office and the classroom. Grammarly offers suggestions to help you get work done from anywhere. It covers everything from correcting grammatical errors to rewording a phrase for an easy read, so you and your kids can learn to be better writers.
Or nothing, to let you know.
What time is your show on Thursday? It's on a Thursday. Rehearsal's Wednesday and the show is Thursday.
I'm thinking it's at 5:30.
Okay.
But I gotta be there at 5. I'm thinking it's the same thing with the rehearsal too. I gotta be there at 5. But he said he got 6 models and we're only doing one outfit a piece. Like the last time I did that shit, yo, I changed 4 times. But this time it's just like one outfit. I think that shit is at 5. I gotta get that paper. I I gotta print that contract out too. I tried to print it out last night. We ain't got no more ink. So I gotta go do that.
Yeah, I was just looking at it. I just didn't see the time. I picked it up off the floor.
Oh. Models will have a dressing area inside the Westmoreland Club. Arrival time for the models the day of the show is 5 p.m. Runway show will begin at 6:15. I gotta be there an hour and 15 minutes early for one outfit. That's excessive. Why I gotta get there so early? Alright, dates. Mandatory rehearsal is Wednesday, October the 13th at 5:30, approximately 1 hour. So I get there at 5:30 and we should be done around 6:30 on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, the 14th, I get there at 5. And we're not gonna walk the runway until 6:15. So what time is it over? Like, as soon as I do my run, I'm out, yo.
What's that song?
I don't know where this is. The Westmoreland Club. It doesn't even have an address. Where? Yeah, find where this at.
Today I
Moreland?
finally returned to take my revenge. And this time, the
Yeah,
fight will not
Westmoreland.
We will sow terror and chaos wherever we go.
Down the street.
And we will crush these humans.
Down the street.
Oh, we can walk here.
We're not.
Yeah, but that's what's up, though. That shit is literally down the street, yo. That's a 5-minute drive. Okay.
Welcome to hell.
Well, that's good. At least it's not out the way. Nice. I don't know. That makes me really happy that it's not far at all. So I can come home from work. Because he said you can't even wear jeans or sneakers in there, period. Not even, never. You can't do that shit in there. So it's like, even for a rehearsal, when you come, at least have on some slacks and shoes. Don't wear jeans and sneakers there, because they're not gonna fucking let you in. And like, he stressed that shit twice. I'm like, I get it, bro. I'll make sure, even for the rehearsal, when I come to try on the other clothes, I'll have one. I'll just put on a nice little button down and some slacks and some shoes. Like he says, this is a club where like big business owners and like the who's who around the area join the club, because it's so expensive to even be a member. It's like a couple $1,000s a year membership, yo. Now, what benefits do you get from the club? I don't know. But you, other than just knowing other successful movers and shakers in your area, I mean, that's a benefit in itself. You know what I'm saying? If I got a construction company and somebody else got a realty company, and we're both in the same club, and they're always flipping houses and always need somebody to fucking do remodeling, who the fuck you think they gonna call, yo, for most of their contracts? That's how the Mason lodges and all them other lodges work. That's how that shit supposed to work. Any kind of fraternity or brotherhood, is that the benefit is just knowing other successful people. Because one of the most classic sayings of all time, it's not what you know, it's who you know. That's how I know in my heart. I just need to meet the right person. I feel it's coming. Sooner or later, I meet that right person, be like, yo, my friend owns a gallery in New York, and they're always trying to get new breakthrough artists. I'll speak to him, when can you do a show? And somebody will definitely just know somebody who knows somebody who will, like, do something. Maybe even bigger than that. Yo, I got a friend in Paris who owns a gallery, and they're always looking for Americans to come show work over there. Soon enough. Then they got some Gundam Wing with motherfucking Mario on top of that shit. Pretty sure this is good with it. Hard this morning, talking about I'm a slow African and no one would buy this art, and who paints smoking utensils and all this stuff.
Smoking utensils? Nigga.
That's what he said. He was like no Italians would paint smoking utensils. So
Good thing I'm not Italian.
I googled Italian paintings of people smoking. Like, I'm like, bro, smoking has been a habit for a long time, dude. You don't think Italians smoke tobacco? Exactly. You don't think they painted pictures of people smoking or using their smoking pipes or their smoking pouches? Like,
shit, the Italians benefited off the whole slave trade and all that shit too. Yeah, everybody was smoking tobacco.
So it's like,
if you white, you done smoked tobacco, or your grandpappy, or your grandpappy.
And motherfuckers painting pictures of that shit. And just because I'm painting pictures of smoking, that shit don't mean shit. Yeah, what the hell? Tell me this is trash art, nobody will buy it, nobody would paint stuff like that. Like, okay. That's why it's called original, nigga. Going for originality over here.
So you can have some long papers instead of any weak ass short.
You know what? I keep forgetting I got these motherfucking pencils, nigga. Pens. Yeah, I did all that with the brush.
That's crazy.
Like an hour, like.
So you could have been using a paint pen.
With this brush. Because I did it a different way to start with, and it didn't look right. I'm like, but why do I gotta paint the screen in that bitch though? Like, oh, well, this might not work now because I tried to paint it one way, and then I painted over it black, so all that black is wet. It'll work with the brush, but I don't know if I put this pen on that black paint, will it actually, will it fucking roll on there? Damn, man. I could just wait until that black dry and then try to use this. Okay, that shit is taking forever. I'm so tired of doing this shit already. My girlfriend support my art by buying me art supplies.
Art supplies ain't cheap.
That
shit was like almost $30.
She bought these shit. She was like, "Nigga, if you do not use these motherfuckers,"
I done asked you 3. I was so happy when you finally opened that pack. I was like, this, nigga, $30. $30.
If you don't use these motherfucking pens. And then I was listening to some guy. Oh, go ahead, man.
No, go ahead.
The guy yesterday, I was trying to figure out brushes. And so I think I may change the type of brush I use. So I was looking at, like, what are some good oil brushes? And he was like, man, you'll figure that shit out as you go. He was like, you won't need nothing until you know you need something. And then you shouldn't just buy shit just because you want it. You should buy it when you need it. And I was like, that's when I got these. I ain't never really felt like I needed these. But on that last canvas, I could have did some of that detail without this shit, yeah. I guess I finally needed it.
Finally. I know, because I'm like, what the hell are you even going to use them for?
Very.
Because remember, I was going to get you the single ones, and you were like, no, the pack got the colors. I'm like, oh, but this one's $30. Fine. Honestly, I spent $5 more, but you got 2 extra pens or an extra $4, so you technically saved like however much money.
Definitely gonna use it like on some of the writing on here,
Yeah, they're so fine. That was the literally the fat ones. They had them all in stock, and that was the last pack of the extra fine too. And I called you too, like fine or extra fine.
She got me distracted.
If you want to achieve better results, make a greater mission, and save time at work, you should get Grammarly.
With Grammarly,
You know what they say, if you can't measure it, then you can't improve it. Printed catalogs performance is tough to measure, but digital catalogs are a powerful sales tool. Create engaging product catalogs with interactive elements like buy buttons, price tags, and video widgets. Don't forget to check your statistics. Here you'll find everything you need to know about your product catalog's performance. Get closer to your audience, track performance, and improve your retail strategy with Flipsnack.
I'm Charlie D'Amelio on TikTok.
I don't know how Charlie blew up. They're normal kids. That doesn't change with following.
I have no idea how this is going to work out.
Yeah, ho.
Time to go to work, baby. Time to go to work. I want a good line. You know what that means? Time to go to work. We ready!
Savage, keep that Glock on him, yeah. Savage, talking about dropping him, yeah. Nigga, talking about dropping him, yeah. And two big bricks on his face, yeah. Nigga with the scope, nigga had it real dirty. You got Glock on the body, ain't no real dirty. Drinking out his acting, got my feel real dirty. My nigga just turned 49, and he still serving. Gotta get his on big, put you straight on my tick, yeah. I ain't never been no big, that's what I did. CBS all my bridge, my nigga watch no to the match my chain. By the AP, Rogo, AP, yellow, nigga, and I'm fucking with Clyde.
Guaranteed to fuck shit up.
Damn food.
Gone for a minute. I was just about to come look for you. Talking that shit don't get your ass kicked.
Why you pulling out that rapper's card? Till a nigga get killed. Shoot him like a junkie. So much love that it broke the scale. They say crack kills, nigga, my crack sells. My brother in the kitchen and he rapping the bell. Louis be my bag and Louis be on my bell. It's the swing, gang bang. Hold up, niggas down on the west. Little good and a little bitch is fucking on the tour bus. Young Savage, why you trapping so hard? You ever listen to him like that, yeah?
I hear him when he comes on the radio and I like his songs. A lot of the older rappers support him.
We got a little game chat going and he texted he was about to hop on, but that was like an hour ago maybe.
kids still singing happy day. I just popped the G6 on in my happy place. She was tripping, had to ask her.
Yo, Biggie Pig. I got almost 3 hours. I'll be in here a lot more today, yo. Like, really trying to get a lot of the lettering on this trade done. But, we got the Battlefield betas out right now, too. So, me and my homies trying to play that shit today, too. Once I get good at the controls on Battlefield, I might stream some of the beta gameplay. I think we can stream that. I guess it's an open beta, so I don't see why we wouldn't be able to stream it. Oh, matter of fact, there was a guy who was like, my honest opinion on the beta. I seen that clip just a minute ago. What if I go over to gaming? Where's this categories? No. Oh my god. Uh, 2042 beta. Alright, this is what I think. This is the one I see right here. Brutally honest. But are you really going to be brutally honest? And plus, it's just a beta, so we already know they still got a couple of weeks to work on it. And just for me playing, I played for maybe an hour. And I don't know, it's like there's this shit with the screen where the screen keeps whiting out. It just like flashes white.
Salutations, everybody. It is Matty here today, and I spent about 3 hours with Battlefield 2042. A big thank you to EA and DICE for allowing me to check the game out, and I'm super stoked today to share my thoughts with
3 hours is you can get a pretty good assessment in 3 hours, I guess. Like, so I played maybe about an hour, and then like really like 35 minutes of it was just me kind of getting used to the controls again and running around the map and really not engaging with any other enemies. But today I'm definitely gonna
if I can play the game and say what I want, that's the type of preview I do. So you can get the most unfiltered take that you can find on the internet. That's what I'm all about. So if you're into that stuff, know that there's many more previews and reviews on the way this year, and of course next year, and so on and so forth.
More previews and reviews.
Really kicks it up a notch. And with that, let's talk about Battlefield 2042. So this is one of the most anticipated first-person shooters of this year.
Yes, it
and
is.
in a while, probably. It's looked really good throughout the trailers. And I was super excited to dive into this one. Normally, I don't have any hype diving into previews, but this one in particular, I'll admit it, I was pretty excited getting into it. And I gotta say that playing it on my brand new PC was a cathartic experience. You just know that. This is running on a beefy rig right now. And the reason I mention that is because of all the different PC configs out there. Some people may have more broken experiences than others. I mention this because my playthrough was kind of buggy. I would have something like this happen where I don't know really what's going on. There's no map. It's just vehicles and I don't know. So this happened every now and then. They told us this was a multi-month-old build, but still I've learned after Cyberpunk not to fully put my trust into everything companies say and that they will, without hesitation, pull the wool over both the press and creators' eyes to make sure that people get excited for their games. So it's something to be wary of, but this is running on an i9 3080 with 32 gigabytes of RAM, so I'm playing at 1440, 60 FPS, going without a hitch, man. It was a beautiful game, running smooth as butter for the most part. In the beginning, it was a little choppy, but something ironed out internally. I don't know what happened. I'm not a PC guy big time here, and it just ran fine afterwards. Out of all the modes that were available in the full package, All Out Warfare, Hazard Zone, and Portal, we only had access to All Out Warfare. We were playing Conquest on Orbital. So let's talk about Orbital as a map. It's been a while since I played a Battlefield game. I've skipped out on a couple of the previous ones. They just haven't grabbed me as long-term as something like Battlefield 3 or 4 had to some extent. So I was really looking forward to this also because I was wondering, can Battlefield just win Maddie back? I'm not anti-Battlefield, but it has yet to really absorb me like it once did when I was in high school/college. And so this map was super encouraging because Orbital is such a dense map, right? So there are, as most Battlefield maps are, a way where you could cut this into like 8 different maps in other multiplayer modes, but it's this one gargantuan battlefield, pardon the pun. So I remember I was going up in my first match this one tower, and it's all these grapples and stair sets, and there's so much detail in these buildings. And then I get to the rooftop, and you can see just how massive the battlefield is, and everything that's happening all the way on the other end of the map. And that's what really impressed me off the bat, was there are these tall structures, buildings you can enter, destructible environment, trees you can go over, of course, buildings that you can run down. On top of that, it's huge. And there's so much room for these 64v64 multiplayer, where I was having an absolute blast for the most part. I imagine most people are familiar with what Battlefield is by this point in time, so I'm really going to focus on defining features that I picked up on during my preview rather than re-explaining what Battlefield is, which is just a FPS game set in a gigantic battlefield with tons of vehicles and weapons of destruction. So the loadout system, let's talk about that. At the beginning, you'll pick your specialist. Whether it be Assault, which gives you a grappling hook or you're quicker on zip lines. You could be an Engineer, which has a sentry gun. A Recon, who has a drone for, of course, picking up on enemies without exposing yourself, on top of a movement sensor. And then the Medic has a heal pistol and allows you to revive at full health. Then you can decorate your primary weapon, which would be an assault rifle, SMG, a marksman rifle, sniper rifle, an LMG, or shotguns, and your secondary weapon, which is effectively handguns, on top of your throwables and your gadgets, such as the ammo crates, health crates, repair tools, remote explosives, rocket launchers. And this is what's really cool about this game is, in previous Battlefield games, the Medic would always have the Medic kit. But now you can have the Assault Specialist with the grapple hook with the Medic crate. And I really just liked how you could mix and match that, because that carries throughout the whole experience. So after you're done building your loadout, then you get into the game, and in my case, because I was using a controller, I know, you like your keyboard and mouse. I'm a controller pleb, I'll admit it. But I held LB, and it brings up this whole customizable weapon menu, which you can do very quickly on the fly, and I can swap out my scope, my grip, laser pointers, all that stuff, to change my weapon for certain scenarios. I love this feature so much. Why is that? Because in previous Battlefield games, I'll pick the Recon class, right? So I'm running around with my sniper, doing work, but you can only play in a sniper's position. It does not allow for much mobility unless you're like an MLG pro. So for me, I was able to remove the scope and then move into combat in a little more CQC, because I wanted to get in on that action a little bit more. I wanted to move to a spot where there was more action happening. But now you can do so a little bit more comfortably. It doesn't mean that you're going to dominate the match, but there's a flexibility in this class system that bends a lot to what you need, but never feels quite broken. So for me, like I said, the Marks was probably the best example of that, but there were times that I was swapping out from a scope on my assault rifle that was more of an ACOG, 4x sight, to something like Red Dot, because I was going from medium range to close range combat. And that just felt really good. Of course, as you unlock more parts, you can customize the weapon more. But to me, this was absolutely, hands down, the most standout feature, because it allowed for me to tackle scenarios in any way, which was supported by the class system that you sort of built before dropping into the battlefield, wherever that may be. The look.
More than 20 million people use Grammarly every day to improve their writing. You can use it on your computer or your phone. And for your most important work, Grammarly's editor provides comprehensive writing feedback on correctness, clarity, engagement, and delivery, so you and your ideas can make an impact.
All the destruction in this game was also pretty cool, right? Of course, in Battlefield games, you come to expect that you can blow up holes in walls, and that stuff is awesome. But the destruction comes in a really new, refreshing form now in these dynamic, extreme weather events. This is amazing to see how it progressed, because in my first match, I started it up, it's sunny out, map is beautiful, then it becomes overcast. You start to get a slight drizzle, then it's pouring, and each of these creates their own little gameplay moments, because once it starts to really pour, it's harder to see enemies. But then the dynamic weather event rolls in, and now you've got this twister blazing around the battlefield, taking out trees. There were people who were parachuting into the twister itself. It was wild to see, but it also forced movement around the map. That's what all this does, right? You have the dynamic class system, so you're swapping out all your different parts on your weapon to get you moving, and then you've got this twister blazing through the battlefield. If it's coming your way, it's like, I gotta get out of here. So that's what I like about it, is that there's a lot more mobility in this Battlefield game compared to what I've experienced in the past, which is everyone gets a little comfortable, they find their favorite perch on the hill, they pick you all day, you start to get spawn sniped. It's a little bit annoying. This whole game and the way it's built encourages mobility. It encourages you to get around, get in the action, without being so in-your-face aggressive. But I'm just happy to say that when we saw the dynamic weather events in the E3 trailer for Battlefield, it played out exactly how I had hoped. It doesn't arrive every single match. I played 2 matches without it, and then it came back for a third. But it is something that, as it takes for the field, I mean, you got to get out of the way, right? You want to avoid this, and it's going to force your opponents out of the way, so you can catch people like running into the fray or out of the fray. It's awesome. I really was big on this mechanic. Now, this one is for very particular Battlefield players who are like me, okay? So I talked a bit about the map in the beginning and how I liked it because of its scope and scale and its density. But what about folks who are like me and don't like to get in vehicles, okay? I know there aren't many of us in Battlefield who don't like to get into vehicles, but for me, it's like, yeah, I could sit in that helicopter and shoot you all day and rack up 40 kills. That would be great and all. But that doesn't feel rewarding like outgunning you, at least in my book. And no, it's not like an ego thing. It's genuine, just like, I think it's not as fun. But can you get around the map in a meaningful way? Can you get from point A to point B quick enough to justify our playstyle, our very niche playstyle in Battlefield? I'm happy to say yes. Of course, there's plenty of vehicles that are just designed for mobility, like trucks that you can just get in and drive around and go to the next control point. But there are also little shortcuts in the map, like tunnel systems that you could go from literally one end of the map to the other, but just cut right up the gut of it, so you're not driving around a bunch of roads. You get into the action a lot quicker. Of course, with Battlefield having the spawning on your teammates mechanic, this makes it where you can get into battle quicker in general. But thanks to the way the map was laid out, at least this map in particular, it wasn't like I was going extreme stretches of time without encounters. There was only one point in my 3 matches where I was like, okay, who wants to have a gunfight? I'm getting a little bored here. Other than that, though, it was pretty consistent encounters. It was a really good time, and I just overall was pretty impressed with the whole product. Let's talk about gunplay, because after playing a ton of Halo Infinite and a ton of Call of Duty, playing Battlefield felt different in a good way. I really still love the bullet drop mechanic. That's always been in Battlefield since as long as I can remember. But I just wanted to shout it out here. because it's such a defining feature for the franchise that I don't think enough people talk about. You know, there's leading your bullets, right? Like in Halo, you lead it, but I'm talking about in Battlefield where if you're sniping someone across the map, you gotta line that sucker up, put it in front of them, put it above them a little bit. And I was trying my best. That is a skill that you cannot just pick up and play. You've got to learn it again. And even someone who played a lot of Battlefield, I could not. So I really just appreciate stuff like that. The guns themselves felt good. There was an AR, the M5, that was seemingly the go-to gun in this preview. I think that's less of an OP sign and more based off the map. So just know if you're going across multiple previews, as I think you should be, that you're going to see this gun a lot. I think it's just because of the map that we were using, because SMGs I used in my first match. I'm like, this is fine, but I have to force like CQC constantly, which is tough on such a big map. Snipers worked, but a fully auto AR is that good in between. It's like if I'm in a medium range encounter, close range encounter, I'm equipped for the job. And if I really need to go full on long range, I can do that as well. So just know if you see this weapon a lot, it's not because it's busted, it's just because it was most ideal for this map. So I didn't get to like use the shotgun in any meaningful way. The LMG I didn't get to use in any meaningful way, which I think is a good sign that there are weapons for specific maps. And I can't wait to see more when they start to chop up this map and we get to play in all different ways. Like I said, there's this whole rocket section that I'm like, this could be a map of its own. It's so huge. And I really just appreciated it for what it was. So yeah, after 3 hours, you know, it's still Battlefield. There wasn't so much there that I was like, oh my god, this is a game changer. To me, it didn't feel, I gotta be honest, like as refreshing as a Halo Infinite multiplayer experience has so far. We don't know how the end product for either of these games will end up. But Battlefield 2042 was, in my opinion, at least convincingly good. I was like, okay, this should be solid. Only thing I was worried about were some of the bugs I experienced. I thought that could be a cause for concern because they're saying, oh, it's a multi-month-old build, but yet this is going to be, as far as I'm aware, the beta that all of you are going to be playing when it releases to the public in the next couple of days. But I just wanted to share, of course, my thoughts on Battlefield 2042 here in this video today. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think of Battlefield? Any questions, anything that I missed in this? Let me know in the comments down below. Other than that, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram. Those links are in the description down below. And a big thank you to all the patrons and all the members who continue to support the hell out of the content here. Stay sexy, stay active. I love you all.
Oh my god, I'm just fucking this up. Shit.
This is what virtual care with doctors and therapists looks like with United Healthcare. And this is what walking your adorable dogs looks like when you chat with your therapist about getting outside more. United Healthcare, connecting you to better health.
What's going on, guys? It's Jan, and welcome to the Battlefield 2042 beta. I'm sure that there's a million videos in everyone's sub-box about this shit. This is one of, if not the most hyped game of the entire year. Ever since the trailer for Battlefield 2042 has come out, it has just been a massive amount of hype and build-up and all this other shit, even for people that don't regularly play Battlefield. I uploaded a few Battlefield videos in my, channel's existence, but I would by no means call myself a Battlefield player or anything like that. I was never incredibly good. I was never, I've hit some clips here and there, Call of Duty related clips, I never really sat down and truly played. I'd say the Battlefield that I had actually played the most was probably Battlefield Bad Company 2. That was probably the one that I had played the most. And literally, with how great Battlefield has looked and everything, Halo, all that other stuff, and just generally how gaming is. Regardless of all the shit that people say, Call of Duty versus Battlefield, all this other stuff, I just honestly hope that all of these games are good. Very vocal about their expectations of these games, and literally just from the menu of me sitting there, that soldier looks more detailed than anything I've seen in like the past few months. I'm also pretty sure I have lower graphics on because literally, just from sitting in the menu, my GPU and CPU temps are up, more so than my other things. I've been playing New World the past few days or whatever. By the way, if you're new here, subscribe. I upload basically every single day except some days if something's played. Also, tomorrow there's a new Call of Duty season that also starts, so I'll have a video out for that as well. Closing on 5 million subscribers. It's running so warm, people's cards and shit are getting clapped. So, hold on, wait, how do we do this? Just standing here, I am on the lowest settings, and it looks great. I'm not surprised that my PC is actually screaming. Hey, anybody that has a PS from, hey,
Good luck. Oh, okay, this is how it works. So this is pretty cool. So you can actually bring up your gun, and then on this button, it'll change this attachment that is in relation to that as factory barrel.
Yo, this PC nerd just fucking diss the PlayStation? Fuck you, bro.
Probably on a game like this,
But you're using a PlayStation controller on your PC, though.
flashlight over grip. And put on the regular 60. And boom! You can change it right here in game. So there is a slide. I'm used to the more floaty feeling of the other FPS games that are usually around. But Battlefield is always, to me, I don't want to make it sound like the worst thing in the world because some people like it, but the weightiness of your character on Battlefield has always been kind of a turnoff for me. It always felt like I was punished for, movement and trying to move around and shit like that. Games where I feel, free, unrestricted, all that stuff. And the way that this is feeling, now I don't even have the proper controller settings either, but this feels good. The weird thing about Battlefield, the way that the guns, or maybe it's just the controller settings that I'm currently using or whatever, or have always used over the years, I just never figured out proper settings for this game. I can never really get the aiming right, and a part of me always wants to just switch to K-Band while playing this game. How far am I supposed to be going here? Can I just redeploy? Like, this is ridiculous. Why am I running so much? No, I'm getting out. No. That's not gonna be one of my first lives. Ooh. First shots? Dude, graphically, this game looks incredible. I honestly can't praise how beautiful the game looks. It seems like you have infinite tactical sprint. Maybe? I think you do, because I'm sprinting from right here, and unless it goes like well over 100 meters... Okay, yeah, the sensitivity is not right for me. Yikes. I actually felt personally offended at the way that guy killed me. Wait, this guy Battlefields. In-scope sensitivities just feel strange. This guy is literally just soloing everybody. What a Battlefield player, man. That's the thing about Battlefield, man. I just feel like K-Band is so much better. It's like plug and play. This shit, controller is just... I literally can't even make it to that thing. I literally have to sit there and select it with my fucking hand. That guy.
So let's say you have to read an incredibly long email from your boss that you have to finish before the big meeting starts in 10 minutes. Or you're cramming for an exam the night before, but can't bear to keep your eyes open to read one more textbook chapter. Or you're reviewing a dense legal document that could change your life forever. Or you're proofreading your thesis one last time before you submit it to make sure there aren't any errors. No matter what you have to read, we could all use a second pair of eyes to help us retain information and put our best foot forward. Enter Speechify, a reading assistant powered by artificial intelligence and deep learning, and designed consciously for students and working professionals who want to get more done.
Designed by artificial intelligence and
So
deep
you can
learning.
spend less energy reading and more energy comprehending.
Your AI assistant will help you so you can spend less
Start at
energy.
230 words per
Learn, and
minute
more
and build to
energy
500
comprehend.
words per minute, which is 2.5 times faster than most people read. Choose from a range of incredible voices that use human inflection, so you can stay engaged without getting tired. Don't have enough time to finish? Take your reading on the go with a single click. Best of all, Speechify is free. Click on the button to download now.
Father rules an entire planet.
Arrakis is a death trap.
Let's fight like humans.
I wonder if I can talk to you alone, Mrs. Soprano.
Grown up with your family takes a toll. Stay out of his life. Are you part of this family or not?
Revolution will be televised.
Even though she's dead, I need to shut her up.
Is there like a controller setting that actually changes on-foot buttons? Default? Alternate? What happens if I put it on alternate? Oh, I got it. Okay. Yeah, my sense is still too low. Adjust adjust the ratio of vertical aim to horizontal aim for the soldier. At 100%, the crosshair moves the same distance when aiming vertically as it does when aiming horizontally. Lower values dampen, then vertical input to aid in... Okay, yeah, my sense is too high now. Oh, God. The storm is happening. Tornado gonna happen? Or
I still haven't seen a storm yet, but I've only played 3 matches.
Circle. What is that?
Definitely want to see a storm.
I don't know shit about bullet drop. Medium range, close range won't be too bad aiming, but
it's looking good. Shadows are looking nice. I got the grinder with some highlights, and the E got some highlights.
Like a darkened map at this point in time because of the rain. This has more color than I had ever seen in a game in recent
made it 3
times.
hours
You
yet?
run overkill on this game when you go to pick up a gun or
3
just put
hours.
down your main. Pretty sure it puts
Break.
down your main. Yeah, it swaps both of them. I can't believe that one dude literally
Really,
ran
I only
all the way
played it
over
for
to
like
this
2
flag and just
hours
straight up
because
captured it by himself. And
I
there
had
was, like,
breakfast
zero
and I
resistance for
smoked.
doing so. It was just a little old me with a sniper rifle trying to figure out how to even aim. I'm not going to be surprised if they take every sector. Is it a bot? Oh my god, I'm so ass. Hippo Milk, that guy has ran my shit the entire game. I literally haven't played Battlefield. If I swapped to my pistol, but look at this. Why is there no, like, I have to figure out, oh man. Got him. Not bad. I'm proud of you, man. You're very good. This guy, Battlefields. I'm trying my best to aim at it, but now my sensitivity is too high at a distance. Oh, man. When I swapped to my secondary right here, too, I can't actually keep it on them. The sensitivity's too high now. It's too low. Shut the fuck up and try to play, Jace. I'm trying to just explain why I'm moving like somebody that has never touched a controller before. It genuinely feels completely foreign. What is this guy doing? Oh no. Well, I got one. Wait, this guy? No! No, he did not just do... No. Okay, no, I'm leaving. No, we're not, no. No. Sorry, no. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to spend like 8 years on these settings. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I backed out. I completely left the game and it just put me back in one. No, okay, no, you don't control me. I'm fucking leaving. I have the controller. I control you. 100 FOV. Apparently this it's a vertical FOV and not like a cross FOV, so it is a little bit different. Vertical stick aim ratio. I wish I knew what that meant. I don't know what any of this means. Zoom ratio. Crosshair moves the same distance when aiming vertically as does when aiming horizontally. Lower values dampened, so if I put it on 100, crosshair moves the same distance when aiming vertically as does when aiming horizontally. What if I do like 90? Uniform soldier aiming. People have been telling me to turn this on. The coefficient, a greater value results in higher sensitivity at higher zoom levels. It's weird. Like over distance, it feels like it's too fast. The way that like the aiming is, I can't like small adjustment on this game, and I don't know why. You have to get a ton of small adjustments on this game. So let's do a game real quickly. That's for sure. Shit, even these videos right here, my sensitivity is incredibly low right now. I shouldn't have won that. I killed him. I mean, my sensitivity is so low, it's very hard for me to miss, I guess, once I get near target. I was more consistent on that than I was on the other shit I was just doing. What is that sound? This is how I imagine it feels to, like, die. Instead of instantly transition to your zoom sensitivity, this option only affects legacy soldier aiming users. Uniform soldier aiming already does smoothing automatically. Okay, Axel Dead Zone. Set how much the horizontal and vertical values cancel each other out when pushing. Hey, go to school, man. What the fuck? Is there like specific settings that just allows it to feel as Call of Duty as possible? Like,
Why do you want it to feel like Call of Duty, though, bro? It's not Call of Duty.
And your character absolutely feels lighter, but like, what the fuck am I looking at here? It feels a little slow. I gotta go like 50. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at. Hey, let me just turn this up and see if anything fucking happens. I don't know. What the actual fuck is this? This? What? Whoa. I'm moving there. I'm going there. That's not right. Something's happening where it's like I can only move in a small circle. I can't like go past a certain point. What the fuck? Don't pick me back up. Just let me fucking die. Okay, now I literally can't even look vertically. What? Look how fast I can move left to right. Look at my... What is that? Why is that a setting? What the fuck? Okay, not bad. I went forward. I gotta try. I'm so talentless. It feels so slow, though. At that distance, that's the problem, though. At that distance. Like, I'm supposed to hit those. So, basically, I usually turn my sensitivity up, and then the in-scope I actually usually turn up as well. I can usually drag over top of people, but because my regular sensitivity is so slow on this game, I'm fucked. God, even leading my shots, I'm just so bad. Oh, I hit one. He knows he just has to serpentine a little bit to make it way too hard for me. I hit another one. The guy's gonna push me and just kill me anyway. I'm all alone on top of a massive hill. Why am I here? I'm just gonna run. Just run for my life. And there's a whole bunch of people over here. If I stay in the bushes... So slow at that range, though. Like, I'm trying to drag it onto him, and it's just like... I just gotta get used to it. It feels a lot more controllable now. Now it's just like the actual sensitivity itself. I guess. Where did this guy get down? Oh, there's somebody here. Oh, no. No. I'm not doing it. No. I'm just gonna run. I can't aim. I actually can't aim. This is too fast. Like, what is that? Why is it, like, why is there no natural aim slowdown at all? Why is it directly to it? Okay, I'm gonna have to take all of these sensitivities and just bring them down.
That's why I don't mess with those shits, man. Just keep it on the fucking presets. How the game is normally set. As soon as you start fucking with that shit, now you can't never get that shit right.
I'm so bad.
And if you do get it right, just like that, it takes fucking hours, bro. Just play normal like everybody else.
I don't know how or why you guys are still spawning there. That is crazy. Once I get the sensitivity down, it's over. Got one. I swear if I had to make any more adjustments, I was not gonna hit that guy. Ooh! This guy has a shotgun. Alright, I'm gonna drop the shotgun. I'm gonna push him. That worked. I want to spawn on C because, so you spawn on C below, like, this ridge, and they're all sitting over top. Oh, wait, but we have a tank up there. That's the thing about Battlefield. A lot of the time, there's just so many players aiming at you and shit that it's kind of difficult to even know, you know, where exactly. You just basically want to spawn completely away from it and just flank them instead. Some shit where you're trying to, like, take them all on just face first is no way it's happening. Like, there's a player right here. You can boost this truck. What is this, some early stage cyber truck? Oh shit, I feel like I'm like controlling a little RC car.